A bitter paradox has just destabilized the global defense market as the brand new amphibious combat vehicle fleet of the United States Marine Corps, originally engineered by Italy's premier industrial giant Iveco Defense Vehicles, faces an unexpected strategic twist. In early June 2026, the United States Department of State officially approved an urgent foreign military sales agreement valued at $30,600,000, authorizing Rome to acquire 7 retired AAV-7A1 amphibious vehicles directly from American surplus stocks. This sudden transaction leaves the frontline amphibious units of Rome highly exposed in the Mediterranean theater, especially as global maritime choke points become increasingly volatile. Leading global defense analysts are already arguing that the delayed integration of Italy's domestic replacement, the highly sophisticated VBA 8x8 platform, has left the nation's elite San Marco Marine Brigade tactically vulnerable without specialized heavy recovery assets. On paper, their only tactical salvation would be to immediately integrate these older American tracked platforms to prevent their beachhead operations from becoming entirely defenseless. This critical 2026 acquisition forces a massive question upon the future of European naval strategy, as a major G7 power chooses to freeze its multi-million-dollar high-tech wheel program to secure decades-old American steel. Is this urgent deployment a logistical failure for Southern Europe, or a brilliant act of tactical survival before the southern flank of NATO becomes completely useless against modern coastal threats? Before we go on, what do you think about this urgent military move, and tell me where you are watching from? Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our deep dive defense updates as this strategic crisis unfolds. To fully comprehend how this capability gap emerged, we must analyze the structural and financial gridlock currently paralyzing Italy's amphibious modernization. Under the original 2022 procurement framework, Rome expected Iveco defense vehicles to steadily roll out the VBA 8x8, a highly advanced wheeled armored platform boasting a powerful 700 horsepower FPT Cursor 16 engine and a maximum land speed exceeding 105 kilometers per hour. However, by early 2026, severe financial displacement stalled the program. The Italian Ministry of Defense found itself heavily committed to a massive €23 billion joint venture with Rheinmetall to procure 1,050 Lynx KF-41 infantry fighting vehicles and 272 Panther KF-51 main battle tanks for its heavy army brigades. This massive diversion of defense capital effectively suffocated the research and development budget required for specialized variants of the wheeled VBA 8x8 platform. While the baseline troop carrier version could transition through water at 11 kilometers per hour using its hydraulic propellers, the fleet lacked the vital command and heavy recovery variants needed to manage a contested beachhead. This technical deficiency created a severe physical limitation. On the soft sand and jagged coastal terrain of the Mediterranean theater, a heavy wheeled vehicle experiencing a mechanical failure or encountering obstacles is highly susceptible to becoming completely immobilized. Without specialized, high-traction tracked recovery assets to salvage stranded units, entire multi-million-dollar landing waves are left exposed and tactically useless on the shoreline. Faced with the reality that developing domestic wheeled command and recovery variants would require an additional 3 to 5 years of engineering trials, Italy's frontline naval strategy was hit by a critical vulnerability that threatened to leave its power projection forces entirely defenseless. This critical vulnerability is precisely why the 7 American surplus vehicles present such an effective stopgap solution for Rome. The June 2026 Foreign Military Sales Agreement does not deliver baseline personnel carriers, but rather highly specialized assets consisting of 3 AAV-7A1 command vehicles and 4 AAV-7A1 heavy recovery vehicles. Crucially, these platforms are upgraded to the advanced reliability, availability, maintainability, rebuilding to standard configuration. This specific modification replaces the legacy powertrain with a robust Cummins VT400 engine generating 400 horsepower, while completely integrating the heavy-duty suspension and tracked drive system from the Mtwo Bradley infantry fighting vehicle. By utilizing a tracked configuration, these vehicles achieve an exceptionally low ground pressure, allowing them to traverse treacherous mud, loose sand, and coastal terrain that would leave wheeled alternatives completely immobilized. In a practical amphibious operation, the AAV-7A1 variant deploys a specialized onboard hydraulic crane capable of lifting and towing damaged armored assets weighing up to 25 metric tons directly from the surf zone. From a financial perspective, the $30,600,000 price tag represents immense tactical efficiency, costing approximately $4,370,000 per vehicle, including support documentation, specialized tools, and advanced radar cross-section reduction camouflage nets. Deliveries are projected to commence within the next 3 to 6 months, allowing Italian engineers at Leonardo facilities to immediately integrate the domestic Secona command and control communications suite. Defense projections for the next 12 months indicate that this immediate integration will boost the mobile beachhead command and heavy recovery capabilities of the San Marco Marine Brigade by 100%, stabilizing the southern maritime flank of NATO well before domestic wheeled variants could ever finish engineering trials. Beyond the immediate tactical patch for the San Marco Marine Brigade, this 2026 transaction exposes a profound strategic dilemma between two conflicting military doctrines. On one side stands the pursuit of technological luxury, represented by the high-tech but delayed VBA 8x8 wheel program. On the other side is raw tactical pragmatism, which prioritizes immediate operational readiness by adopting proven tracked platforms like the upgraded AAV-7A1. By finalizing this $30,600,000 agreement, Rome clearly prioritizes immediate survival over industrial pride. However, this pragmatic choice introduces a long-term logistical blind spot. Because the United States Marine Corps has fully transitioned to the newer ACV platform, the original equipment manufacturing lines for legacy parts are shrinking. Over the next 5 to 10 years, Italy will face an expensive supply chain challenge to source specialized components for this hybrid tracked and wheeled fleet. Furthermore, this deal highlights a broader geopolitical calculation by Washington. By rapidly transferring these assets, the United States effectively anchors Italian naval power to the Mediterranean theater, ensuring Rome maintains its role as the primary gatekeeper of the southern flank of NATO against regional instability. This allows Washington to confidently reallocate its own forward-deployed amphibious groups and newest ACV assets toward the Indo Pacific Command. The ultimate lesson of this crisis is that even advanced G7 nations cannot fight contemporary threats with paper blueprints, and real availability will always override technological perfection. If you were a military planner facing an immediate security gap, would you choose the pragmatic path of importing older, proven foreign-tracked armor, or would you freeze operations to protect domestic industrial programs and wait for the perfect high-tech wheeled vehicle to finish development. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.